I want to dig into those shows that you work on.
Sure.
Let's start with Beverly Hills. Season 10 just ended, and what a wild ride that was. I know that there are certain things that you as a VP at Bravo can speak on, and I think that fans, have made their voices heard this season. One thing that we kind of saw on social media a lot is about the breaking of the fourth wall.
I am not doing this, you guys. Stop. I'm stopped. Bravo, bravo, and bravo. I'm out. I'm not doing this.
I mean, everyone, including the housewives, were shocked. I remember Kyle said on the after show that we did that, she couldn't believe when she saw the super tease for the season that they were showing that bravo, bravo, fucking bravo moment. So tell me about that decision.
I think and I think this is really important to me as having a doc background, and that is my passion in telling the truth of a story, is the only way to tell a story is to tell its truth. And I think we had no choice but to break the fourth wall this season. Uh, with what was happening with Denise and the other women, it was the only way to tell an honest and true narrative. So we had to. And that was really came from the production company. They pitched it to us. They said, this is how we'd like to tell this story. And both Kathleen and I, who also oversees the show, agreed.
I mean, it was one of the highlights for me too. And I think a lot of people felt that way. It just felt so real and raw.
I think that it's incredibly important. Look, as a fan of the Housewives, and I've watched so many different seasons of shows, and even Beverly Hills, and this was before I worked on it. There would be times where there'd be conversations between, let's say, Lisa Vanderpump and somebody else, and they were kind of talking in code. And as a viewer, I was always trying to figure out what they were talking about. And sometimes I just didn't understand. I don't know if you remember the season where Lisa and Kyle and Rinna it was the year of Munchausen. And
yes.
You brought me out and you wanted me to say it. And I always remember watching that and saying, but what really happened? Because I don't really understand what they're talking about. And I think it was still enjoyable and I still loved watching it as a viewer. But with this season, there was no way we could tell the story without doing what we did.
Okay, so how and when are the conversations happening where field producers are telling you, oh my God, Brandi has just come over to Kyle's house and said that she was hooking up with Denise?
Just like, we kind of hooked up, and then...
Who's we?
Denise and I.
Like kiss?
Like everything. I don't want you guys to judge me.
No,
but
I'm not judging you. I'm not.
just
This is
literally
not
like-
a judgment. I'm like shocked.
She's open about
I'm
it.
totally
not judging you. That's
Yeah,
what
no.
she's already been very open about it.
Yeah.
I'm bisexual. Everyone knows that. My kids know that.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Not that it matters.
No, it
but-
doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
Like later that night, honestly, the showrunner and I talk all the time. That's part of my existence. I mean, they basically become my spouse. I mean, we are talking all the time, probably more than any of my friends that I talk to. And so that night, I believe he texted me the information and I just immediately called him. That was shocking.
Yeah. I want to be able to address something that fans took issue with. And they felt that moment when Brandi did come out with this information at Kyle's house, that they thought it was sort of set up and maybe even shot after the Rome trip.
I would like to put any rumors to rest and say that that was actually shot exactly when it was shot. It was shot before they went to Rome. So the reaction of Teddy and Kyle in that moment and not knowing what to do since they were going to be seeing Denise shortly was completely real. And, they knew that Kim was coming by. They didn't know that Kim was going to be with Brandi. So all of that was absolutely real.
Were you surprised to find out that Denise wasn't coming back?
The only thing I can say is I want everyone to be happy and comfortable, not only at their job, but doing this and being around a group of friends. We want to see them have fun, work on disagreements, but when they can't work on the disagreements anymore, that's just too bad.
Okay, I love Sutton. Do you think if there's another season, we'll get more of her?
Well, I can't speak to who's coming back next season or if there are any new people next season. We are still kind of in pre-production, but I will say that Sutton was certainly a fan favorite, and we love her too.
I want us to, I know you can't say for sure, but do you think we'll ever get Kathy Hilton on Beverly Hills?
I mean, it's possible.
It just, for me personally, Erica, if you could work on it, I just need back that Richards family drama. It's so good.
I know. I mean, listen, with Kyle, this is going to be her 11th season, and she has opened up her family life to us in an extraordinary way. And, I think that both of her sisters are fascinating, Kim and Kathy. And, I hope so too, Megan. I love Kathy. I actually, believe it or not, so when I was at the Oprah Winfrey Network, I did a show called Life with LaToya. And that was a show about LaToya Jackson. It was done with World of Wonder. And Kathy is very, very, very good friends with LaToya Jackson. And she was on that show. So I have worked with Kathy before.
Ugh, amazing.